There we are. Got something, I don't know what it is yet, but we've got something. Doesn't feel very carpy at the moment. Feels more like big breamy. Unless it just hasn't woken up yet. Feels very breamy actually. I know there are some big bream in here, so could well be possible. Yeah, I think it is. Oh no, it is a carp. That surprised me. Yeah, that hardly fought at all. Come on then. First fish of the day. This way. That'll do. Isn't too bad actually, but it's not massive by any means. It's no good waking up now, mate. Well, that's a pleasant surprise. Well, that'll do to start the day off, a nice common. I'll get that slip back. Good afternoon. It's Monday 23rd of September. It's just 1:15 now. I've been fishing about an hour. As you've seen about 10-15 minutes ago, just caught a carp, common carp, just weighed it, 15lb.8, which was quite a surprise really, and I'll tell you why it was quite a surprise. I got up this morning, I didn't sleep very well last night, and I just really hadn't got the enthusiasm to go fishing, to be honest, although the car was packed, and I thought, I don't know whether I'm going to bother. And then I looked at the weather, and it's pretty grim the rest of the week. So I thought, well, I'd better get out. It's probably my only chance. And I said to myself, oh, when I get there, I'm just going to drop into the first available swim and just sit there with a couple of rods out. That's how I felt. I really didn't feel like it today. I couldn't be bothered. But when I got here, strangely enough, couldn't help myself. Got the binoculars out, Polaroids out, had to go and do a lap of the lake, see if I could see any fish. Couldn't find any fish anywhere. So strangely enough, I ended up doing what I said I was going to do. And that was dropping in the nearest available swim to the car. So I thought that rod was going to go for a second. Nearest available swim to the car. And the wind's blowing down in this direction, so I guessed if there was any fish about, they should be down on the wind. It's still quite warm here. And over by the islands, it's really shallow. It's too shallow to fish up to the island, and it's really shallow down just off the boards here as well now. The water level's gone right down. So I came back about 10 yards off the island, put on an 18mm boilie, just to a fluorocarbon hook link with an Albright knot. Couple of mils just to give me a bit of flexibility. Put a 3-bait 15mm stringer on it and just knocked half a dozen boilies out around it in a general direction on a fairly wide spread. And I've put the other rod not in the margins where I'd normally fish here. I've had to go further out because the margins are so shallow at the moment, the water's so clear, I don't think I'm actually going to see anything in here. So anyway, I thought I'd just be sitting here and chilling and relaxing and not really doing anything. I thought I'll sit here till about 2 o'clock and just have a couple of hours out, get some fresh air, and off went the rod. But as you'll see from the film footage, I didn't think it was a carp. I thought it was a bream. It went off like a carp first of all, but when I was bringing it back, such a lethargic fight, just nodding all the way in. I just literally reeled it in and thought, well, I've got a big bream on here. But there it goes, just goes to show, when your luck's in, isn't it? Anyway, you never know, might get another one. If I don't get another one, I'm not really going to care because I'm quite happy. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later if I do get anything. And we're off again. This feels a little bit better. In the way of fighting a little bit harder. Oh, I was just going to have something to eat as well. Doesn't feel particularly big. Just seeing it surface out there now. But it's a fish nonetheless. And on a day when I didn't think I was going to catch anything, or wasn't really in the mood for it, I'm quite pleased. Been nodding away for a little while, so I guess something was having a look. I thought it was perhaps just a small roach and that to start off with, but no, don't go under there. Just trying to have a look at these willow branches to my right. They always know where all the snags are. I've gone round, somebody else has lost some line in the tree here and I've hooked up round that. This is going to be difficult. I think I'm free. That was close. Another common. It's not bad. Come on. Certainly fought a bit harder. Not quite ready yet. Funny how they wake up when they get close in. Come away from that other rod, please. Yes. Ooh. Leave that there one moment. Got a bit of a tangle around the end. Oh, it's a pretty looking fish. Up you come. Get the business end out of the way. Let's take a look. That's beautiful. Hopefully it won't be as lively as the last one, but that's absolutely lovely. Look at the tail on that. Gorgeous, isn't it? Lovely colours this time of year. Anyway, I'm going to get that weighed and then put back. I'm just going to put the second rod over there now because there's nothing coming to the margins at all. That's better. For those of you that follow Mark Carp, and if you don't, you really should, because he's very good. I'm using a very similar tactic to what Mark uses. It's one that's always stood me in good stead over the years, and that's, I've put very little bait out here. I've only put no more than a dozen boilies out, to be honest, and just stringers on the rods. But what I actually do is I put the boilies in a spread of about 4 yards by 4 yards, and then I'm actually fishing the rods off of that particular patch. But what I want the carp to do is to cruise around, picking up one here and then travelling to another one, and so on and so on, rather than just feeding in one spot. And it's often the way that if you've got your bait slap bang in the middle of your baited patch, the carp are quite wise to it and don't tend to pick it up. But if you fish outside of the patches, they tend to pick it up a lot more readily, and it works very well for barbel too. I've got another run, same rod, strangely enough. Oh yes, oh, that's going. I wish they'd go over this side, away from this willow. Have to keep the rod over, otherwise I'll get tangled in that willow again. Fish number 3, this one is. Gone quiet for about half an hour. I didn't think I was going to get anything else. And off it's just gone. Oh, he's coming around in front of me now, so that's better. Looks like a mirror, small mirror. Right, let's see if we can get this one straight in. Nope, he's seen the net. Come on. But we've got it. Not very big, but it's very pretty. It'll certainly do me. I'm going to end the vlog when that plane's gone over. I'm going to end the vlog here in case I don't catch any more. I shan't be stopping much longer anyway. I'm going to slip away shortly. There's a lot of rain coming in later apparently. So, until the next time, once again, thank you for watching and all the best with your angling. Well, I thought that last fish, that small mirror that I just had, was going to be the last fish, but I've actually just had another one as I was just getting ready to pack up. It's just 2:30. I was going to call it a day at that, but I've got a very nice fish in here. My goodness, that's a lot better than I thought. I'll pack the scales away. I just put the camera away as well, and I was about to wrap the rest of the stuff up and call it a day on 3 fish, and I've just had this one, which is an absolute beauty. Not got a very good mouth on it, but it's certainly made up for it in size. Well, I've just weighed that. That's 18 pound 9. £18.9 of mirror carp. Not a bad fish to end on, is it? Better get that back because he's getting a bit lively. Oh, well, would you believe it? Soaking wet, as you can see. He's tangled both the rigs, so I think it's a good time to call it a day. Can't complain, it's been great considering I didn't feel like it this morning. 4 fish, one very small one, at £18.9 really made up for it though. Shame about the mouth, but that's how it is when you come to places like this, unfortunately. Anyway, until the next time, once again, thank you for watching and all the best with your angling. Blimey, we're off again. Just one of those days when they decide to have it. Just put the rods out. I'm looking at those black clouds over there, and as I said, I'd packed up on the last couple of fish I was going to go, and I'd just bang the rods back out as I always do while I'm gathering stuff up ready to go, and off it's gone. And it's funny, I swapped the rods over because on one I've got a fluorocarbon hook link, and on the other one I've got my coated braid hook link, and I hadn't had nothing on the coated braid one, which was on the right, and I swapped the rods over and just to see, and the coated braid one's gone off. So it just goes to show it's a matter of being in the right place, because that right hand rod hasn't budged all day. I know I had it in the margins earlier, but it's been out there quite a long time, and as I said, it's only yards away from the other one. Make hay while the sun shines, as they say. Looks like another mirror and all. Fairly good one. Although, unless it looks bigger than the last one, I'm not going to bother weighing it. It's amazing. If anybody had asked me if I was likely to catch some fish today, I would have said no. Haven't seen nothing move. Yeah, it is. It's another decent mirror. They're very lethargic. They're not scrapping particularly hard. Mind you, it's probably a good thing. Ooh. Yeah, it is nice. Yeah, just check the camera is on. sorted the rigs out after they were tangled and thought, oh, I'll just bang the rods out while I'm packing up. And here we are. I do love barbless hooks, they come out so easy. This one's a bit better, got a better mouth. It's a pretty fish as well. Probably 10, 11 pounds. It'll certainly do me. Well, there you go, it just goes to show, doesn't it? Right, I'm going to get that one put back before it gets too lively as well. Right now. Ooh, come on you. That rod top's nodding, the left hand rod top, and it's just lifting the bobbin a bit, but it's not running away with it, whatever it is. Don't know whether it's a small fish, be surprised on an 18mm boilie, or whether it's just a fish that's picked it up and it's kiting, but I think I'm going to hit that in a moment if it doesn't go. Let's drop that, let's have a look. Yeah, there's one. It's amazing, you don't always get screaming runs like everybody thinks. Sometimes they pick it up, realise they've been hooked, and sit there with it for a little while, trying to shed the hook. If I get this one in, I'll have been going about 4 fish ago. But it's always the same rod, and I've put this one even nearer, the right hand rod even nearer to it. Same boilie, but nothing on it so far. It's what you call a red letter day. Feels another reasonable fish as well. There's the small ones that tend to tank off. Ooh, that other rod's just nodded and I'm nowhere near that, so and just drop back too. Just tighten that up. That has dropped back. I'll have to get this one in a minute and then deal with that one. Get the one fish first. Yeah, that one is going to. Right. Looks like it's going to have to be a double net job. Come on. Yeah, well, we got one, that's the main thing. Let's see if the other one's still on. Tuck that under there so he can't get away. Open that bail arm up. Make sure I've got plenty of slack line at the rod tip before I deal with the other one. Because it looks like it's still there. Yeah, it is. That'll be fish number 7 if it stays on. I don't know. Never rains and then it pours. This feels quite good actually. This feels very heavy. unless it's just foul hooked. I've got the line wrapped around its fins. This is just kiting, which is usually an indication that it's a much better fish. Let's check out the clutch, we don't want no disasters. That is still a long way out. You can see it breaking the surface now if you look over my left shoulder. Still 3/4 of the way across the lake. This is going to be interesting, isn't it? I think this is the fish I don't want to lose today. Unless, as I said, it's just foul hooked. Play it out there is the best bet. Let it really tire itself out. I don't fancy a scrap under the rod tip with this one. Check the cameras on. It's either a much bigger fish or it's just fighting a damn sight better. Sorry, I'm going to take my time, I'm not going to rush this in. Looks like another mirror. Yeah, looks reasonable. Right. This is going to have to be a 2 in the net job. Wait till he's good and ready. Slacken that clutch a little bit now that he's closer in. But I need this to be super tired so it just glides over the rim of the net. Could be somewhere near ready. Come on, come on, come on, because I don't want your mate escaping. Yes, it's in. Oh dear me. Oh. Oh, I'll just catch my breath a minute before I get those in. Put this one back. It's playing me up a bit, so I don't want to really pick it up too much. I've just weighed that one, it's 19.14. What a fish to end the section on. I'm going to get that put back. Whew. It's certainly lively enough. Well, 7 fish on a day when I really didn't fancy my chances. I must confess, I didn't feel up to it this morning and just wasn't in the mood for it. As I said, I only planned to come out for a couple of hours just to get out really, because it's going to be a bit rough for the rest of the week. Just goes to show, right conditions, that's been a big part to playing it, because it's dull and it's overcast. We've had this hot weather lately, and an awful lot of luck. I always remember reading Ivan Marks on match fishing, and he said that often his biggest wins came on the days when he didn't feel like it and he was a bit hungover or just under the weather. I know what he means now. Can't complain at all. It's nearly fell over. Can't complain at all. It's been really good, but I think I am going to wrap up now and get away before the traffic gets too heavy on the roads. Anyway, finally, once again, thank you very much for watching, and until the next time, all the best with your angling.